What's up guys, and welcome to Silent Night 3, the largest international Nerf event ever held, played at an absolutely massive multi-story, multi-building, fully abandoned college now named Tian-quan Tactical Training Centre, located in the Miaoli province of Taiwan. The year is 2149. Humanity has fallen. The AI defense network Aegis Protocol, created to protect mankind, has instead turned against it. Rumors say that deep within this training facility lies the Aegis core. Whoever captures it wields the power to reboot the world, or end it completely. Silent Night 3 is a heavily story-driven 2-day event with 4 teams fighting for the Aegis core.
We have the best team because we are the cyborg and the Eclipse Warrior clan. You know why? We have ChatGPT, this one AI.
Cyborg Remnants, if you look at the name list, we are a bunch of retirees.
I will carry on the spirit of the former safety officer because it's part of my opinion. So for my team, please remember, after this, go and sleep well. Make sure you got 8 hours sleep. Eat well first. Brush your teeth. Get yourself hydrated for tomorrow's game. Alright guys, good one. We are the mercenaries. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll do something tomorrow. If I get lost, then we'll look at Rex. Sorry, regular but not spectacular.
There were a total of 6 different multi-level buildings in play, although the first couple of rounds we only used 4 of them. But that made the game area not only large horizontally, but vertically as well. Red team had a respawn point near building 1, blue team near building 2, green team near building 3, and yellow team near building 4. More respawn points and buildings would become available later in the day, but not for mission 1, which was titled Capture the mercs. So it turns out the facility has a defense system guarding the core. These are known as mercenaries. Some of the international players, such as myself and Liam, were chosen to be these mercenaries. We would already be on the field when the game started, and the first team to kill us got to recruit us permanently for the rest of the 2-day event. Before I head out to the field and get ready, here's a quick overview of the kinds of blasters people were using throughout the days. Stephen from Break Ice had provided a lot of HPA worker Harriers, which were the bread and butter, most common blaster being used. There were also huge tanks of air that players could refill from between the rounds. But there were of course players like myself using manual springers. I used a Sabre Ultima. There were quite a few AEGs like the Sweetheart Storm. There were a wide variety of bolt actions. And there was even someone running an HPA JSPB. And even this fun little contraption that fires multiple darts in one go.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
What there wasn't though is any FPS limits, there was no bang bang rule, and there was no minimum engagement distances. This was a hardcore game for hardcore players. Now, for mission 1, mercenaries like myself were allowed to head out to the field before any of the other teams so that we could go find a good spot to hide. I was in the middle of exploring different rooms when I heard the start whistle, which caught me completely off guard. Almost immediately, blue team descended upon me with a shield leading the charge. Pinned down in the room, I had no option but to bunker down, and then a second shield user turned up after I'd already killed the first one.
OK， 抓到了。 Come with me.
In the end, flanked by a flywheel user, blue team now had to escort me back to their respawn point, and then I'd be captured to join their team.
Yeah. 帮我江爸帮我压一下那边。压。That's your spawn?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. With me now.
From there, I linked up with blue team's forward line and we attacked, I think there was either some yellows or greens up on this balcony above us. And also, when you die, you can either go all the way back to your respawn, which might take a bit longer, or one of 2 designated team medics, so 2 per team, can put a band on you to revive you as shown here. Now, after being revived by the medic, I spotted an enemy player skulking around by the blue respawn point, something I would do myself usually during a game, so I made it personal that I would go take them out. Then, with the little time remaining of Mission 1, I went to explore the hidden paths behind some of the buildings. I actually managed to make my way all the way around to the back of Building 4 and caught some yellow team members with their backs to me right as the whistle blew and the mission ended. Now, for this first day of gameplay, I was considered a unique and special merc who could change team each mission. This was specifically so that I could get footage playing with each team at each location on the map. So for mission 2, I joined up with yellow team, who I had snuck up on at the very end of that round. Mission 2's goal was to capture respawn points. These were additional respawns over the ones you start with. They were indicated by large-scale dice, so you flip it to your team's colour, then at the end of the mission, the colours would become permanent, affecting additional locations you could spawn from for the entire rest of the event. Yellow team's starting respawn point was the top of the stairs, and we had decided to split up into 3 separate strike teams, with mine going straight to the second floor window to provide overwatch for the road below. This actually gave us a pretty dominant position over red team as well, because their spawn point was down and to the left where those pillars are, I could shoot very clearly into. So for the majority of this mission, I was just making red team's day miserable for them.
Got him.
Just hold this position. Push. They are pushing that side. They are pushing the right side already.
Oh, our team is?
Yeah, our team is pushing the wing.
Eventually, I decided to switch things up and moved further into the building, finding a great position to fire at green team from, which, given the lighting, they likely couldn't actually even see me.
Okay, there.
That window?
No. You can hit.
Ah.
And that concluded mission 2. In between rounds, seeing as we were at an airsoft field, I wanted to have a shot with an airsoft pistol. So I borrowed one from a blue team member, shot at this blue sign. It was way more accurate than a gel blaster. Also, for the next mission, I swapped to red team after pestering them the whole last mission. The goal of mission 3 was to locate and collect different colored floppy disks, which contained the data required to ultimately activate the Aegis core. Red team, despite my best efforts last round, had actually captured a few additional respawn points.
We've got one spawn point here, we've got another spawn point here, and we have a third spawn point here. Right? The game will probably start here, right? And then we'll probably spread out along the way. The objective is to capture the floppy disk, as many floppy disks as you can find.
For this game, red team were going to push blue hard. We had a respawn point inside of their building too, and if we could get near enough to there, we could dominate them and capture any nearby floppy disks. While the rest of red team was planning to charge head on into blue, I decided to flank the entire way around the building that I scouted all the way back in mission 1 when I was on blue team myself. So I've now made it within visual of blue team's main respawn point, and I was yet to be spotted. However, players kept going back and forth to come back alive, and I quickly realized there was only one way to get close enough unspotted, and that was to crawl. I knew I'd probably lose a bunch of my mags crawling, so I left them all by the tree. I only brought one in my blaster, plus one that I was holding in my spare hand. After crawling for what felt like 5 minutes, I was now in range enough to take out this blue team scout. But unfortunately my shot missed, so I quickly hit the dirt, hoping they wouldn't spot me. Noticing they headed the opposite way, my path was now clear to cross through the blue spawn into the camouflage of the trees beyond. Exactly where I wanted to be. From this position, I took out blues without them even knowing I was there. Good things have to eventually come to an end though, and finally with this kill I realised I had been spotted. And once this player went and respawned, I knew my position was going to be blown, because they have a radio. So in a last ditch effort, I ran into the closest room I could get to, which was an old bathroom. I set myself up with the smallest gap I could make to take out any blues who approached me, as I had now very much awakened their entire hive. I think you got me. Oh, you got me? I thought it was him. Good job. Now, by the time I got back to red spawn, the mission was over, and I revealed what every other merc would also now be revealing, that we had all been carrying a black floppy disk unobtainable anywhere else the entire time. I surrendered that floppy disk to red team and then parted ways. There's only one more mission for the day and only one more team I haven't played on yet, so I got green team to do the honors.
Are you going to be green?
You swap every time you swap.
Alright, brother. Welcome.
And we can jump here. Mission 4 was titled Expansion. Buildings 5 and 6 were now added into play with their own dice to capture respawn points inside of, but also every other dice was now reactivated for recapture as well. The end of this round was going to decide where all of the respawn points were for the following day. And Green Team's strategy was to have a few of us on the upper levels in case anyone tried to take Green's territory. Being sandwiched between blue and yellow wasn't ideal for Green, but soon enough we found Yellows were on the attack. I could hear Yellows on the level below me shooting at my teammates, but I couldn't get a good angle on them from where I was. So I decided it was time to push right into Yellow territory. I didn't find a single yellow on the upper level, but I had managed to sneak past all of the ones on the ground. From this same window, I also now got shots onto blue team who was starting to push up on my green teammates. Yellow had essentially abandoned this building now and headed for the two new buildings, 5 and 6, so I made the most of it and went all in on pestering red team. Backtracking a bit now, I noticed one of my teammates was doing the exact same thing as me, and that's when the whistle blew for the final game of day 1. We boarded the bus back to the Golden Tulip Hotel, formed an optimal formation for unloading everyone's stuff, and headed in for a buffet dinner and marksmanship competition. This year there were 7 reactive targets set up in different locations. Players had to hit the first one, then swap to their left hand for the second one. They had to run a short distance and crouch shoot the third. Then they had to move back and hit the longest target of the set. Then run over and go prone for 2 targets of an X-shaped pattern, so they had to hit one and then roll across and hit the second one. Finally, one more sprint and a final target, before hitting the red button to record their time. Now, when it came to my turn, Bear had thoroughly shown our table the true best use of an M-lock slot. And I decided that, in my infinite wisdom, I'd try my run with no sights whatsoever. That was an absolutely terrible idea. I ran out of darts in my mag and recorded a did not finish, but someone had to be the Joker the Marksman comp this year since it wasn't going to be Justin again. After the dinner, a few of us headed out to a night market. Bear won a couple of Airsoft balloon games, claiming victory over us Aussies who kept losing them, but ultimately we didn't stay out too late because tomorrow was going to be the big final day of Silent Night 3. Only one team can claim the Aegis Core. Will it be red, blue, green, or yellow? Find out next time in the epic conclusion. Like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. Here's 2 other videos you might enjoy. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.